Welcome to Andy-Nicole's podcast. Please like, share and subscribe.
Welcome to Andy-Nicole's podcast. Press like and subscribe.
Welcome to Andy-Nicole's. Sit back and enjoy. As we dive deeper down into the rabbit hole and into the unknown.
Hello and welcome to today's show. I'm joined by Sarah and Nicole. So no car trouble and no vet appointments. But I think Tommy's still at a birthday, so I don't know.
I like the intro.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so I've changed the videos a little bit to add Sarah and Tommy into it. So I've done the intro, outro, and a break one as well, I think. So that is what I did on Monday.
And you got the green screen today.
Yes, we all got green screen.
Our faces are everywhere.
That's good. Good for us, maybe not for everyone watching. Is Matt right? People in the chat, wrong way around, right? I did ask. So when I did the background, you can't always work out which way it's supposed to be. So I know we can see it in reverse, but apparently if you're watching, it's the right way around. Oh, something like that. So, yeah.
Flipped.
Right. Where should we start? Should we start with the non-trail cam photo, or what?
Yeah. Put it right out. Jump right into
That's
it.
a good place to start.
I stole this off Facebook. Can't remember who put it up. Apparently it's been doing the rounds on a lot of groups as to whether it's real or not. It's not from a trail cam, as I just got told off by Nicole. But it's from somewhere, and whether it's a genuine picture, you'll have to decide. Here you go. Yeah. There. What do you reckon? See, to me, looking at them eyes are full of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
And it's not an ape.
It's a bit more. It's a little bit too human-like.
Yeah.
In the face as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's too human-like.
Yeah.
It does look a bit gorilla-ish, but it's got like the cone head.
Mm-hmm.
But the eyes, sorry, the camera's in the way. The eyes and the cheeks look too human-y.
Mm. Yeah, it's these little creases here as well.
What about AI?
AI.
It kind of looks like something AI generated.
I know AI isn't that good.
AI is very good.
It's good, but I don't think it can get detail like that, the way it's zoomed in and stuff is out of focus.
Because it kind of looks like what you would get if you meshed like a gorilla with a person.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the rest of the photo.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just to zoom in.
Yeah. Like the body and... But... don't know, I've been looking at it for the last few days and Now, apparently this was taken in America, so the chances of it being a gorilla, it could be in a zoo or some sort of safari park, but yeah, it's 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 too human-ish to look like an ape or gorilla, I think.
It's staring directly at the camera as well, so it's looking into intelligently
Yeah.
into the camera.
Yeah.
It's not like an animal that kind of, well, I mean, gorillas and like silverbacks and things like that, they're all intelligent, aren't they? But
Yeah.
the way it's looking is like it's got an emotional understanding. I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe
there's
that.
an intellect behind it.
Yeah.
It knows that it's looking into the camera.
Yeah.
But I said AI because like some of the features kind of look not right. Like the mouth doesn't look like it's sitting properly in its fur.
It's like a human mouth where gorillas have more like a wider grin.
Yeah, but if you look like right here on the mouth in the corners, like it doesn't seem like it quite fits in the picture properly.
So it's like it's been superimposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Sober's just put. Mouth also looks lopsided, like it's been added. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I suppose if you cover the mouth up.
Yeah. But still, don't know.
Mm-hmm. But it still has some texture issues, I think. That's why I said AI. Because it's almost right, but just something's off with it.
It could be Black-Eyed Child because they can't quite get it right, can they?
It's the mouth is flat, whereas like most gorillas,
yeah, it protrudes. It comes out, doesn't it? You've got that stronger jawline.
It's a little bit. I mean, there's something off about it, but then that's the uncanny valley side of things coming through again, isn't it? Like we can detect that there's something not quite right about the picture, but we can't put our finger on it. Yeah. So is it AI or is it has it been edited because our intuition is picking up that? But then I don't know because it's just such a good photo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you'd think there'd be more, and there are more, but
but that was the only one linked to this story that I could find. Excuse me.
So it definitely looks like zoomed in from something.
Yeah,
I would say from like the leaves, but the leaves are out of focus, but this thing is in perfect focus. It's posed for a close-up photo.
Whoever's took the photo has focused on the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the top of its head is slightly out of focus.
Yeah.
So if they've zoomed in that far, then it is possible to do that. So let's put Todd Standing's photos.
I don't even know what type of gorilla that would be.
No, and it's whether it's got a filter on it, it's too a reddy Albany colour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not black, it's not silver. I've not seen that many gorillas. I've only seen them on TV and in the zoo. But the ones I've seen are black or silver, not red. That's too red. It could just be the light refracting from it. I don't know.
It's definitely not a gorilla. Maybe somebody took a gorilla and then edited it, but it's not just a straight gorilla.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more like orangutan meets
it's going that colour.
Gorilla.
Yeah. It's more like a brown bear colour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Just trying to think.
I know there's a lot of different people putting things in the chat. It's a gorilla. It looks AI.
What year is it taken?
No, there's no year on it. It was just apparently it was doing the rounds on a lot of the Bigfoot and cryptids groups and pages. So I thought, right, I'll grab it, and then if we ever get a spare bit of time, we could always talk about it. Yeah, it's like Eddie's just put the mouth area is way too human, and that's what I was. That when I've been looking at it over the last couple of days, the eyes. There's too much intelligence coming out the eyes, and the mouth is. The shape of the mouth is more human-like.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like, I mean, the hair and the fur comes down a little bit over.
Yeah, it's like a
but it
mustache, isn't it?
up. Yeah,
bit like Chewbacca.
Mm.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, the eyes and mouth are definitely human. Like, it could be a mix of the two. It could be an edit. I honestly don't know. That's why I thought I'll put it out and see what everyone else thinks.
I've just had a little look to see if I can find any like monkeys that are kind of like gorillas, like apes that are like flat
that
mouth.
colour.
Yeah, and that colour, and the isn't.
There's nothing, is there?
No.
And what they say is it's like not even close to what it is. That can't speak.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know, but like you guys have
putting it up to talk about. It's always worth putting it up to talk about because
oh yeah,
you never know.
Yeah,
it is.
I had an idea for Friday. I was going to do it today, but we won't have had time to do it. So on Friday at the start of the show, between the three of us, before we go live, if we think like what we did on the 10-hour one, if we think of an object and we try and focus together and try and project it out to the people in the chat and see if they can pick up on what we're thinking, try it the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll write something down.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, we could do it after we finish on this Thinker Summit. Then we've got it. Then we've got 2 days to
project.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so there's that. I did do a little live stream on Monday while I was off work, just about talking about the Minicon in Bolton. That was really good, and got to meet Nathaniel. That was pretty cool. And drank with him, and got drunk with him. It was really good. Amongst everyone else.
You said
and we went out on a. Sorry.
So you said you were going to go live from there. I was waiting. I was like, "Oh, where's the drunk live?"
Well, there was going to, and it's like the signal wasn't that great inside, and it was too busy to try. There's too many people about. Even though there's a break between each one, there wasn't enough time because as soon as you started talking to someone, you'd start to talk. You'd never finish a conversation. You'd end up starting talking to somebody else, and then they'd start talking to somebody else. And by the time we left the bar at 3:30 in the morning, it was too late to do anything.
Oh yeah,
sounds like a good night.
Yeah, so we did go up to Rivington. This is a weird, it's so weird, but a good weird. Me and Simon in Simon's van. All right. With Barry Fitzgerald sat in the back. And we went out and did like a little mini investigation type thing where I didn't have the encounter, but my friend did. And we went to like where the old quarry was. And it was just so surreal. Because like I said, I used to watch him on TV like back in the day. And then we're out walking through mud and crap and just chatting to him. Hey, it was good. I'm not knocking it, but it's one of those like once in a lifetime opportunities. Do you know what I mean? Because we was in the bar the night before, and he's like, I was saying to Simon, like, we're gonna go out, we'll do it, go here, we'll do this, do that. He's like, yeah. And I said to Barrett, are you up for it? He goes, what's that? So I told him, he went, yeah, I'm up for it. How many's going and are we getting there? I went, oh, go in Simon's van. He's got like 2 seats in the back as well. They're not rolling about, they're actually fitted. They're not, it's like 2 chairs or something. And he goes, so he's going then. And there's me, Barry, Nathaniel, and Simon. I went, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he goes, yeah, definitely up for it. And it was easy as that. It was just really, really good.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, and then we went about. Do you know? I couldn't even tell you what time we went. About 11 o'clock ish. So, so we went to that area, and then there's a pub called the Black Dog, where there's supposedly the ghost of a black dog there. Now, even though I've been in there quite a few times because I used to work out there, do they just say there's a black dog to get people to go in, to spend time there, to buy drink and food and what have you? It's like a little bit of a restaurant. Or is there actually one there? Anyway, we were there, had my K2 meter out. That was on the table and the seat at the side of me, nothing. And none of us felt any weird stuff going on, no energy shifts or anything like that. We spent a good couple of hours out and about in total, but just nothing. So, and I was chatting to Barry about synchronicity type stuff, and I need to look into why number 7 is so significant in my life.
You get the number 7 a lot?
Yeah. Did I tell you what happened a few months ago?
I don't think
so. So basically, Barry was saying about he's asking for just when you're out and about and you think, just show me, give me, if the paranormal is real, just show me something, just give me a little sneak peek as to what's going on. So he said what his was, and it was pretty amazing. I went, oh, I'll tell you what mine was, because mine was like not even close to that. And as you know, I drive for a living, and I come up to a level crossing. So normally it's like 1, maybe 2 trains, like if there's a passenger train and a freight train going through. Mm-hmm. And I got there, and I'm like, and I'd been asking all morning, just show me if this phenomenon is real, just show me something, nothing bad, something nice, but something that can prove that it's real and it's not like in your head and all that. And I'm sat there, I got to a level crossing, no trains there. I'm like, I just got in my head, 7. I actually said out loud, no way I'm waiting for 7 trains to go past.
I think you said this.
Right? I swear on my life, as I'm sat here now, 7 trains later, 20 minutes. How you couldn't even guess that number at a level crossing?
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. And then, because I'd asked Barry about it, and he was just saying that there's a significance with the 7, so I'm going to look into it. But he said like the 7 rounds and other stuff as well.
That comes up a lot, like the 7.
Yeah.
Have you had 7 come up again at all since, in any way?
No, well, a couple of weeks before that, or a few days before that, I normally fuel the van up. So I'll load the van up in the morning, then I'll fuel it up on my way out. Anyway, so I've gone to the gas station. Weren't thinking about it. I just pulled up at the nearest one, started fueling up, and for some reason I looked at my watch. Don't know why, and it was 7:07 as I'm filling up. I'm like, right. I looked at the pump number, pump 7. I always fill it up, so it's like it fills up and then it cuts off, and I'll get it so it's like you take the pump out and it's like coming out a little bit. Yeah, I looked at the price, £77.77p.
No.
At 7:07 in the morning on pump 7.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe it 100%.
And I couldn't. You couldn't make it. You know, when it's a digital pump, you always go over, and it's no matter what you do, you can never get it bang on. Like if you're putting £10 in, it's always like £10 2p.
Well, speak to yourself.
Yeah, it's always a couple of pence over, isn't it?
Yeah.
But bang on, I couldn't put any more in if I tried.
So did you look into like the meaning behind 7 and everything?
No, not yet. I've not had a chance.
I've had that with the 1111s. I've put it in the chat or in the group a while ago, because everywhere, every time I looked at the clock, 11:11. Patients at work, oh, my birthday is 11:11.
It's quite a common one, that, isn't it? 11:11.
Yeah.
I get a lot of double twos, like 2222.
Yeah.
Or triple twos, especially at the minute. I've just Googled 7 angel number. It's connected to intuition, wisdom, growing self-awareness, spiritual revelations, and big shifts.
This is what I was talking about. Thanks. In ITC history, there are keepers of the connection bridge known as the 7. Got it during Staticom a few times. It's the whole
is this Ron or? Is this Ron in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Ron. I wasn't sure. I knew it was something to do, but I wasn't sure who it actually was. So, yeah. Yeah, I used to get a lot of ones.
When did that start?
I'd phone someone and I'd look at the thing, it'd be 11:11 or 13:13 would pop up a lot. I'm like, yeah, not too many of them, thanks. Yeah, it's just one of them. But yeah, it was good. But going back to me saying that it was good, but nothing really happened while we was there, is one of the biggest lies I've ever told, because I completely forgot. So Nathaniel was the last person to speak. Yeah. So they do like an hour and then have a half an hour gap. And then midday is like, I think it's an hour and a half gap. Anyway, Nathaniel was on. And throughout the day, so they all wear the lanyards to say like the part of it, and they can go into like all the areas and what have you. And Chris Turner, who's doing the filming, he sat on the bottom right. Do you know, like you'd be sat in a theatre or a cinema, and then you got the stage or the screen, and then bottom right in the corner, he was doing the filming from there. But you could see light was bouncing off a couple of the speakers throughout the day, so he asked him to take the lanyards off because it must have been bouncing back onto the lens and like blinding the screen. So we sat there and I kept seeing something moving above me, like right up in the top rafters. So sometimes you could tell it was like a watch or the shape of the lanyard when they hadn't took it off, and it was hitting it and bouncing up. So you could tell because it's like a rectangle shape. But these were smaller, like this picture. When we got that orb on the door behind you.
Oh, that's an awful picture. Yeah.
Top one. Sorry, Nicole. It's the only one I've got. But we were seeing them, but there's bigger and moving about, probably tennis ball size. And that was throughout the day. So we spoke to a few people, but we hadn't mentioned it to anyone. No one had mentioned it to anyone else. So Medusa was there speaking to her. I was seeing that light bouncing around in the theatre. Wondered what it was. Yeah, and a couple of other people afterwards we spoke about it. But when Nathaniel was on, it was like Simon said, I didn't see it, so I can't really comment, but it looked like a black diamond. Now, he thought it was a bat at first, and it went from right to left. So we were sat on the far left-hand side, and Nathaniel was on the stage on our right. So he's like right in the opposite corner. So we had, as we're looking, we see the full stage. I think if it had been sat right at the front, we wouldn't have seen it. But it went all the way across, and it looked like a bat, but obviously without the wings and the movement of it. Now, in the bar social gathering in the town hall, we'd gone in. I know Chris, and we're having a drink and that. I was chatting to Chris, shouting him over. And I went, did anyone mention any of these orbs or anything? Did you say anything? He went, no. He goes, a few people mentioned it to me, but because I'm sat there looking through the viewfinder on the camera, like the screen for the camera, he was more concentrating on everything being right for the filming. So he didn't say anything. He goes, but quite a few people mentioned it to him. But if I hadn't have asked, he probably wouldn't have said out to me.
Probably not, yeah, because you just kind of play it off as a trick of the light or something.
But
Until
then
you have a lot of
somebody,
people seeing it.
and somebody else, I think it was when Simon was chatting to Chris after he'd said that, someone else mentioned about what looked like this black bat diamond thing that shot across. And then yesterday or the day before, Simon messaged Steve Mera and asked him about it. One second, I'll just put this up. He asked Steve Mera, and he said, "Oh, no one had said out to him. Chris didn't mention it, but Chris was probably too busy trying to get everything else sorted. But they did get some sort of energy spike or something on the 3rd floor. They could feel like a shift, but that was, other than that, that was it."
Was that at the same time, that little energy shift that they felt?
Well, it was in, because we were literal. We all got kicked out at the same time, and it was like after party at the hotel. So we all got turfed out together. So
how big was it? Was it about the size of a bat?
I didn't see it. See it. But I mean, Juicy, she saw something black that looked like a bat or something flying around. But you'd not, the speed of a bat, you'd notice it. You can't mistake a bat for anything else. Even in the dark, you can tell it's a bat.
You'd see it multiple times as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then everybody would freak out because, inevitably there'd be somebody who's afraid of bats and they'd cause a big thing.
Yeah. But it wasn't a bat. It wasn't a bat. I believe him because these people have no reason to lie about it. But we were seeing orbs, but it wasn't constant orbs. So there's a big glitter ball right in the middle, because I'm looking up thinking, is the light bouncing off that? If it's moving a little bit, but that was like it set in stone. It weren't moving at all. So it's not that. You've got the light, all the rigging across the, the metal bar that goes all the way across the top. Because I'm looking up at it thinking, is it any of that? And then I started thinking, if that falls down, we're all dead. That was right underneath it. But nothing, there's no lights on that at all. Had air conditioning tubes on either side. I thought there were speakers at first, but the aircon like fans. So there was nothing, I couldn't see anything in there that would cause it. There was 2 lights pointing at the speaker, and then obviously Chris Turner on the camera doing all the filming.
That's strange.
I wish I'd have gone now.
There's another one in August.
Go in there and could it be coming from this window? Could it be coming from that window?
Well,
trying to
the windows were little tiny arch windows, like what you get on the old style schools, and they were right at the top next to the roof. You'd have to use your cherry picker or something to get up to get them, or scaffolding or something. You couldn't get up there on a ladder. It's probably about 80 foot.
Yeah.
So, but it was, catching. Yeah, you'd see it, and you'd always see it in your peripheral. And as soon as you turn, you wouldn't see it.
Dark against dark background.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Were there many people in there?
Oh,
was it full, or was it just with
it
a
wasn't
lot of
full, but there's a couple of hundred at least.
All right, so relatively busy. I mean, if it's energy, if you think about the people in there, the amount of people in there.
It's a very old building. Like I said, it's a town hall in the centre of Bolton. It's right in the centre of Bolton as well.
Be interesting to see if there's been any other sightings like that over the years. Not necessarily just at that one event, but
they do fair, like pantomimes, fair, or they have shows on. Because there's a few sandwich board type things showing you what's coming on in the next couple of months and what have you.
So you got to get friendly with the people who are working at the venue at these kind of things, because then they'll tell you all the dirt. Yeah,
I'm sure if you go online, you'll be able to find out about it, because it is a listed building. So anyone wants to look, it's just the Albert Halls at Bolton Town Hall. That's it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder if they have activity there regularly. It'd be interesting to find out.
I went there as a kid. I think watching, like, you go out of school. I went watching Cinderella. Sure, it's one of them thingy
I can
ones.
see it here. Yeah. But it is interesting. Yeah, I see what you mean. The windows are quite.
See how high up they are?
Yeah, really high. The thing is that all
they're not
like
big windows either.
No. I don't know what it is about theatres and public halls and things that, especially like in auditoriums, that seem to attract a lot of energy and.
Yeah, and just gonna ask because Steph, who's in the chat, she was there because we were sat on the same row as them at one point. Did you notice anything, any orbs or a bat-like creature floating around like a diamond? So I can describe it. But yeah.
Did you see anything else that day?
No, the only other weird thing was, so me and Simon were sharing a room, right? The first weird thing is the beds were pushed together. First thing I did was pry them apart. Because we thought if we go in and it's a double bed, one was sleeping on the floor. And so we pulled the beds apart. Luckily, it was single beds. And then at the bottom, like where the TV and all that is, you're going to walk out to the right. There was a door. And I thought, it might be a little cupboard. Do you know, like, sometimes you have like an ironing board or a trouser press or something in there. Anyway, so I unlocked it, opened the door, right? There was another door behind it.
Really?
Did you open that door?
No, because it went into the next door's room.
Oh, there you had adjoining rooms.
So we couldn't, there was no, it's like the handle had been shut off and it's just like a push. But in the morning, I opened it just to see, and I could hear, as I opened our door, and I just about put my ear to it, I heard the toilet flush like shut it dead quick.
So could you get through? Could you actually go through?
If they'd have opened it from that side, yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
Oh, that's weird.
So is it like two doors like that?
Had to open their door, and you would have had to open your door. Like you both have to open.
Can you imagine if you'd have opened yours out of curiosity and there was someone stood there?
No, at the same time.
At the same time with their ear against
I'm bad with that. I open every door. Like when we're doing investigations and stuff, I'm like, oh, what's this crawl space? What's this closet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. I opened it because I was curious. I wanted to know, obviously, what was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it wasn't our room, but I thought it might have been like even a foot deep cupboard or something. No, another room. And then there was so from we was at the front of the hotel looking out, and we was actually looking over the canopy. You know where they drive in, drop off, go back out, and there was a gargoyle with no head.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So that was
maybe somebody with no head.
I just think being Bolton, someone's probably climbed up and kicked it off or something. I don't know.
You don't mess with gargoyles. They're supposed to protect against like evil spirits and everything.
Well, I've got 6 in here. 7, sorry.
Have you?
Yeah, so I've got 3 on top of the TV on a shelf. Then there's 3 on the shelf, one above the other there. And I've got a small one. Small-ish one here. So they're all kind of like that.
Oh.
But the big one is like 5 times the size of that. Just looks like a grey devil on his haunches.
Where did you get them from?
There's a shop near me. It's called Cabin of Curiosity. So obviously I have to go in, don't I? And they have crystals and crystal ball, everything to do with magic and crystals and sage, books, the lot.
I love shops like those. I love like the energy of those shops.
Yeah,
this
it's
one
only
near me.
little. It's like a little wooden hut. It's on a garden centre, and there's about 10 of these shops, or vape shop and little butchers and all that kind of stuff. But this one, as soon as park up, I'm straight in.
They're the best types of shops like that. There's one in Pendle Hill. Whereabouts is it now? New Church.
Yeah.
Where the church is that like the alleged Nutter grave
Yeah.
is in. Is it New Church in Pendle? I can't remember what it is. Anyway, they've got a lovely little shop in there that's got loads of weird things in it, and it's really cute and it's really small, and you kind of have to shuffle around to see everything.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's great. It's got a great vibe to it. Those are the best places.
I've got loads of stuff from there. I've got most of my crystals from there on this. I can get it without breaking it.
Is that the selenite?
That's it, yeah. Can never remember the name of it.
Yeah.
I like selenite.
Yeah.
I've got that, and then I've got a ball of it, but that's inside the computer.
I've got loads of crystals. I love crystals and crystal work. I am a huge believer in manifestation. Right. 100%. Love it.
We have to see if we can talk to this person that owns one of these shops near me, and she manifested the whole thing. Like, this was her dream. She manifests it. She is like an expert at this.
Yeah. It's like the whole fake it till you make it thing. It's basically manifestation.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's all in the mind. Your body, your mind is biased. Your brain is always like looking for confirmation bias. So if you start saying things like, "Oh, this is rubbish. This isn't going to happen. I'll never get this," your brain will try and find reasons to validate that. So everything will go the way you're thinking it will go, because you want to confirm what you're thinking. It's natural.
Yeah, because we're very conceited people. We want to be right.
So if you change your mindset with manifestation and start thinking, I'm going to have that, this is going to happen, I'm going to do this, you start looking for reasons to find confirmation and validation in what you're saying, which is where manifestation happens. So the fake it till you make it is actually quite true.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite sayings. I say to like all the new trainees, I'm just like, just fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Don't sit here and be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just act like you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just imagine that you're already there and the rest will follow.
See, I keep doing that. I'm still at work every morning. But how long does it take?
I don't know. We got to get her on so she can tell us how to do it better.
Yeah. Oh, so haven't told you, have I?
I don't know.
So I was contacted by a person who claims, I'm not saying she's not, to be medium to the stars.
Oh. There's a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
Her name is, one second.
Yeah, I have Google open, ready to do a backup.
June DeYoung. So DEYOUNG. And there are quite a few photos with TV personalities on there.
Oh, okay. All right. So the headline on Instagram that I'm reading right now is psychic medium to the stars, Playboy bunny, reporter, Shui house seller, help clients win $3 billion in lotto, radio TV with 10 million listeners.
Apparently so.
Interesting.
What was the name again? June
DeYoung. DeYoung is one word.
It's 2 words.
Where is she from?
Is that her who's got a stall at Skeggy? So Skeg is Skegness. It's like on the east coast of the UK. It's a resort and it's a bit, what should we say? Bit sketchy.
That's cool though.
Yeah, so she's coming on in a couple of weeks.
Awesome.
We may as well. Shall I do who's coming on then?
Yeah, go for it.
So next Wednesday we have Peter Robbins, who is also in New York, and he's just an amazing guy. I've seen him speak a couple of times. I've met him, I think 2-3 times. Then on Friday the 1st of March, we have a practicing GP, Dr. Ian Rubinstein. Now, the surgery where he works is on the estate where the Enfield poltergeist happened. So he's coming on. Next Wednesday, we have... Is going to go mad or start laughing. I cannot get this guy's second name right. Dave Hodrian. Hodrian? I don't know if it's right. But it's something like that. So they're on he's on the 6th. Then we've got Eric and Bob back on the 8th. Then Global Skywatch on the 9th. Going back to the 3rd, sorry. We've got Ron, Valdez, the other two from Arizona, I think.
Tony and Cherie Rathman.
That's it, yeah. And then us two, and then Sarah, if she can make it, and our Tommy, if I don't know whatever's going on with him, but yeah. So that's on the 3rd. Then got Lala, Bright, and Science Bob on the 13th. Then June is coming on the 15th. Then the 22nd is the encrypted table. And there is, where is it? The 29th, which is Good Friday, there is no stream because I'm being dragged out and I've got to go to a thing. And I'm a bit... because of what it is, and I'm not telling you because you'll all take the mickey.
Oh, that's so fun!
No,
is it a birthday?
No, it's like so it's a concert type thing. It's not the real people.
Are you going to see the Spice Girls?
No,
One.
that wouldn't be so bad. Don't tell anyone.
Do you know? I was thinking about is it an ABBA tribute?
All right.
ABBA tribute band.
You can't talk smack about ABBA. I love ABBA.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've seen an ABBA tribute act. It's brilliant.
Mamma Mia is the best movie.
I went to a Rod Stewart tribute act a while ago, a few years back. It was awful. He was that bad. He believed he was Rod Stewart.
Oh my god.
It wasn't an act. It was self-belief.
I think some people become that person though, don't
Yeah.
they? They almost like envelope, like it's too much of a method acting.
Like that guy who played Elvis and then it changed his voice.
Even method. I'm like, where do I get my money back? This is awful.
So, question, Andy, are you going to dress up in disco?
No, already been asked. The answer is no. I shall be wearing hoodie, jeans, trainers.
But you'll still be on that dance floor though, won't you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably going to be all right. Once I get there, I reckon it'll be okay.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, but then... And that's it. And then our next guest is on Wednesday the 10th, and it's Vic Cundiff, who does Dogman Radio Encounters. And he does paranormal experiences. He's got 2 shows. So I've done that one twice, part 1, part 2.
I'm excited with for our part 2 with Dr. Wu.
Yes, that's going to be good.
Yeah. We didn't even begin to cover giants.
Didn't even touch on it, did we?
No, like barely.
Yeah,
Sounds
I know.
sweet.
So I'm reading the chat
Yeah.
just reading the chat as well. Yeah, and that after Vic, we haven't got any. I've no guests booked. I'm not. I think you guys should start choosing instead of me doing all the heavy work.
All right.
No, I don't mind.
Hey, I gave you my list. You just gotta work your way down it.
It's a long list.
It is a long list. I like a lot of people.
There's a lot of interesting people I've noticed on Facebook.
Yeah.
Keep falling down little rabbit holes of all these people who do all these different things.
I know. And it's because I want to get. Well, it's not that I don't want the same people keep coming on, but I like different people to come on. Like everyone get a fair share of telling us their stuff.
Yeah, and it's good to get a lot of different perspectives on things too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think I'll do once every 6 months. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'll do a 24-hour one and see if we can get the people that have been on previous 6 months, one after the other, all together.
I
think that'll work. Huh?
Can't believe you'd be considering it again.
Yeah,
it's a long. 10 hours was tiring.
But you know, the 24-hour one was a lot easier than the 10-hour one
because you didn't have a time limit for everybody. Like it wasn't as strict.
Yeah. I wonder why. Unless you had more sleep before the 24-hour one.
No, me? No, I was up at 7 o'clock.
Did you not? Did you not have a good sleep beforehand?
I had like 5 hours the night before. I was up at 7 o'clock, took Becky to work, come back, and thought I'll have some sleep, and thought, no, I need to make sure I've got everything. And then before we knew it, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, well, I ain't getting to sleep now, am I?
Maybe
and that's when I realised
at that certain point, it's easy.
Yeah, but that was when I realised it's not just 24 hours; it's the hours before and the hours after. 41 and a half hours.
You'd be delirious after it. How did you feel?
Delirious after an hour, wasn't I?
Do you know, it was funny. I went back to watch it, at the beginning, you are a totally different guy. Like when you watch the beginning hours, the first few hours, you're like a totally different person to when you are at the end. You're literally like
at the end, I'm just
in your chair, and
everybody gets like a little goofy. I think after the certain amount of hours.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
everything becomes a lot funnier.
Should do a drunk podcast.
See, I was gonna do that.
12 hours.
I could do that easily, but you wouldn't know, have a clue what I was talking about, even less than now.
See,
it's just gibberish.
Yeah, but you think about 12 hours on it.
Yeah.
And 12 hours on the podcast. 12 hours on the sesh. 12 hours on the podcast. The rabbit holes you would fall down. Honestly, some of the best conversations that we have when we've had a couple. Well, more than a couple.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Should we do that then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's all have...
Need a name for it.
Oh, let me think about
Decoders.
The Drunken Summer. I just need a word.
Drunken Decoders.
Yes.
Oh,
I like alliteration.
I can't even say it, don't matter. the Drunkers.
Yeah.
I can't say it so, right? I'm going to be saying it after I've had a few jars.
Oh, gosh.
Draken.
Right. Different kind.
Yeah. Double spirit. We'll call it double spirits.
Yeah, double spirits.
Yeah. Double spirits. I think that'll work.
That's so
Are
funny.
you guys up for it?
Yeah. Oh, so my pharmacist told me a joke the other day.
Yeah.
A ghost walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve spirits here."
Oh dear.
There was a medium
So-
that I used to go and see that always used to open his thing with no drinking, please. We only want spirits of a certain kind. Cheesy. I tell you what,
You know what? So there's some good names coming up in here.
spirits with the stick.
This one.
On
And
the
the keys to the decoders. That's not bad for Joe. The Reverend, Spirits with the Spirits.
UFO knows.
Simon. Podcast. That's pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Shall I do this story?
Yeah. It's going to take, the next, what have we got, 40 minutes?
No, I will do part now. Right, so what we on the 21st, part now. Do part now and part on Friday, yeah?
Yeah.
God, I'm glad I'm doing it sober, put it that way. Right, so what I'll do, we'll do a break and I'll get it ready.
Yeah, and then we have a story for you guys when we come back. Story time.
Yeah, so we will be gone for 1 minute 19. But first, you've got to manifest this guy into the chat, or it's not worth doing it.
Oh, I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants to come on.
Imagine if we get him on. I couldn't keep. We'd have to do that drunk. I could not keep a straight face. I could not.
I
Not
think
even
that might be
a little bit
better to have him
Yeah.
on during that show.
Yeah.
I'm going to find him.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. See you in 1 minute 19. I like the way
Like
the
it.
bell hit Tommy on the head and he ran off. He
Yeah,
didn't
when
even
you're
do that
not
on purpose. It just happened. Synchronicity again.
Mhm.
Right. So, going to read some of this. Don't judge my on-screen reading because it's awful. But I have had a quick read through it. Oh, what? I went off then. So this is from a guy called Colin. That's all I'm going to say. And then just go from there. So this covers some of his encounters, activity that was going on. I'm just going to read it how it's been written. And I think you can read most of the words on there, so we should be all right. Right, so should you put a picture up so no one's staring at me while I read?
No, I think they all need to stare at you while you read.
Thanks.
Fine, put a picture up.
Yeah, so I can't see, so it's all good. Right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So let me get at the beginning and not halfway through. Right, so a brief moment before, through, and after my birth. I was in a misty atmosphere. Through the mist, as it moved, I remember seeing some form of wall here and there. So I was in a chamber of sorts. The wall looked like it could have been smooth steel, plastic, or concrete, but was very smooth. I don't know what lit this place. It was always there, as I remember, and I was used to it, so it was taken for granted. There are two figures in front of me as we move through this area. We were then positioned at two floating objects that morphed from the mist into the worlds. One was pink and purple, and all shades in between. The other was blue, green, brown, and white, with grey swirled within it. In the language spoken by us, into my mind translated by me now into English, as English is my language here and back there, a lot of communication was telepathy. They asked, which one do you wish to be on? I looked at both worlds and kept being drawn to the blue one. I like the blue colour. I remember not being so keen on the purple, and remember being on a purple-based world before. I chose the blue one. Also demanded being in a peaceful life, not like I remembered before where I was constantly in war zones and was killed there. I will explain shortly how I remembered sections of lives before in a moment. So my world was chosen. We moved to the side of these worlds, or the worlds were moved to the side of us, and I was shown the form of the being I'd take. I know not it was human. I asked how tall these creatures are. They replied that I would be the average height amongst them and other creatures bigger and smaller. I remember being glad not to be bigger than most, like in the previous lives. So I can say at this point I had no memory of ever being here on Earth before. So that's the start of it.
Interesting.
Should we do a little each week?
Sure.
I think if we do a little bit each week like that,
Yeah.
then people will want to know more.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to remember where I was up to.
Highlight it as you go along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I should have done that, but I didn't. Right. Yeah, there we go.
That's an interesting concept, though, that you get to pick where you go.
Yeah. But they don't tell you much about them before you actually choose which one you want.
Just kind of what you're drawn to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where you need to go.
See, the thing is, I'd choose the blue one because it's my favourite colour.
But if you were just like energy, would you, or a soul, would you instinctively know which one you should go to?
Unless they mask what the truth is on either of them. So you're not getting a true reading of what each one can give you.
I don't know. I think to some extent you can kind of pick where you end up, because I think that I've talked about it before when I had a dream before I was pregnant with my daughter, and I dreamt about her and she told me her name. She asked if I would be your mom, and then that whole came to be. So I think you may have some say in it.
That's interesting. It would be good to say. The thing is, are you following your? Because this is how we are in this life. If we were to choose where we wanted to go, we wouldn't be who we are now. Like, we wouldn't be this being, this person. We would just be like a ball of energy, or we wouldn't have active thoughts, or like would we just follow our intuition or follow whatever kind of. But then that's interesting about your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I'd like to think if there's the whole reincarnation thing, like you would go where you need to be to like either learn something or grow in some way, or there's some purpose to where you end up.
Yeah.
I'd love to know the purpose of it all, though.
I know.
What
But do you think we'll ever find out?
That's the thing, isn't it? I don't know. Because some people, like, really, if you think about it, we only change things on this earth as a collective.
Yeah.
Like, there are obviously some people that significantly change the way that the world works, but generally, it needs more than that one person to do that.
Yeah.
So we all work as a collective. But then, is there only the one Earth? Because otherwise, it seems pointless changing it just for your timeline, just for your, like.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Sometimes I think you just come on, like when people come and they sort of pass away very young, or like,
Yeah.
where's the purpose in that?
But unless each person is changing their timeline, each person is changing their timeline each time, then it's going to have a big impact as to what happens overall.
Yeah, unless
And
we're all
not-
changing things for one greater being or person, or are we all playing little roles that change the course of something bigger?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a depressing thought, but think about like stillbirths and things like that, like the that didn't actually get to be like a whole person and like have any purpose per se. Like that still had a big effect on everybody in that circle's lives, like the mother, the father, like. So what's to say that like you're just taking a quick pop down there to like that's for that purpose.
That person then obviously would carry that for the rest of their life, which would influence, I suppose, future decisions, future thoughts, opinions. But then that would stay with, well, it may not stay with them.
I know. But then would you really want to know what you was choosing?
No.
Because if you know what the outcome's going to be, say you had the choice of two, like Colin was saying, the blue and the green, or like the pink and purple and every shade in between, and you was told, right, if you pick the blue one, you're going to get this. If you pick the purple one, you're going to get this. But this is how it's going to end on each of them.
I think knowing that though affects your actions, because like if you knew what you were supposed to do or supposed to learn, everything that you do here is going to kind of be ruled by that.
Yeah. And you wouldn't do anything else other than that.
Yeah.
You'd restrict yourself as to what you're going to look into.
Yep.
Oh,
and that would be the purpose.
Yeah, if someone said I was going to get hit by a bus by the time I'm 40, I wouldn't bother. I'd just be like, I won't be working now. Like you do.
That's it. You wouldn't bother doing anything, would you? You'd waste a lot of what time that you had. Well, what's the point?
Yeah,
this is going to happen.
It's almost like a bit of a social experiment, isn't it? Really, with us all.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, are we the people, the sample that don't know what it holds for us? Is there like another sample that do?
Like maybe there's a whole other world that just they all know their purpose, and we're like,
and maybe they're the people that
or maybe
intelligent than us and come back to visit us. And
maybe you got the pink or the blue, and one's the right path for you, and one isn't, and you have to keep going through this until you choose the right one. Could it do that?
Are we learning any lessons there though? Because if we know, like,
I'm not. I know I wouldn't be. I'd just pick the same one over because I like the colour.
Because if you're not bringing it on board your previous life, you don't know.
But also, we don't know how we know things, other than like in this form and body and everything. Like afterwards, what if you know without knowing specifics? It's like, I know this isn't the right choice. I don't know what happened to make me know this isn't the right choice, this pink thing, but I know that I have to go over here.
That's intuition, isn't it, as well, though? When you think about it, that's why we sometimes, without actually ever making that mistake, if we might come across something and we've never done it before, but we know it's wrong. How do we know it's wrong? Do we know it's wrong because we've done that before and we're now choosing a different path? Like, is that intuition? Is our intuition something within us telling us we've been here before, we've had this decision before, let's choose something else?
And then could that be deja vu, where you've experienced something before, so you've already lived this, so you're doing it all again? Is that like a quick insight to let you know you've chose the wrong one again?
Yeah. You're gonna, all the moments of deja vu that you have throughout your whole lifetime.
Yeah.
Did you ever get the whole, like, okay, you're doing something and you know it's like not the right choice? Like, say something like, okay, smoking. You know you shouldn't be smoked, but like you do that and then something bad happens every time, or something like maybe gets in your way when you're going to the store to get cigarettes. Like, it's like the whole universe is telling you to stop doing this and you just ignore it and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Is that because it's already written for us then?
I don't know.
But then
I think we have free will, but we don't listen to like
do we
but then have you
Oh,
do you not then start doing things that you know are right, and you're getting the signs that everything's good, so you keep doing it as well, so it can go both ways?
yeah. Thing is, do we have free will, or are we just made to feel like we do? Like, think about it. If you wanted your child to eat something, rather, like if you had nuggets and chips and you said, rather than saying to them, are you going to eat your tea? You say, are you going to eat the nuggets first or the chips first? Then they feel like they've got a choice, but they've not. They've still got to eat it. Just George, they're eating it in. Like,
that's mom's logic.
Do you know what I mean, though? Rather than giving them, are you eating your tea or not?
We can have this for dinner.
And then they feel like they've got free will because they're making a choice, but they've not really got free will. You just kind of, you're still telling them they've got to eat it all, but which one are they having first? So are we?
But I mean, that is a choice.
But is it though? Because they didn't want to eat their tea, but they feel like they will because they feel like they've got a choice, because you've given them a choice rather than eat it or don't. Yeah. So are we kind of all being forced in one way all the time to make these choices?
But
we have
on that same point, like the kid could throw the plate across the room. The kid could say, I'm not eating anything. Like there are choices, not good ones without consequences, but like, so I feel like in that way, even if you have like a destiny, you can kind of like change course.
You can, but then you think, when you're empowering that person, making them feel like they've got a choice, it's positive reinforcement. It's very much like they're not likely to throw the plate across the room. Yeah. Because they'll negotiate with them, won't they? They'll be like, okay, well, I just want a little bit then. So they won't, do you know what I mean?
So that's conditioning.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And is that what's being done to us?
Exactly. Yeah. Because there's also a lot of sociology as well, like, you know, it's all about like call it the hand you've been dealt, or sort of where your influences in your life and what you have around you also influences your decisions, your choices. Because we'd all choose to live in a huge mansion, wouldn't we, if we could? With infinite amounts of money. And so it's kind of, you all have to go down. I don't know, I think there is only, a lot of it's sociology, isn't it? You can't, people on different social backgrounds find it obviously difficult to get to different places. So you're kind of forcing your hand feel a little bit like maybe we think we've got a choice in life and what we do, and we don't actually. Is it all pre-planned with our choices put in place?
But then again, it could be like, what if it's what you need versus what you want? Like, I want to live in a big house with a maid and a chef and everything, but like, if that's not what I need, like, I need to learn something or take something away or give something back to the world from being exactly like where I am in life. That I wouldn't do if I was in a big house with a maid and a cook.
Yeah.
Maybe those people that are in a big house with a maid and a cook are just NPCs.
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe they're the ones who are ruling this whole little game.
Maybe they are.
The Illuminati.
That's exactly it. I think I'm probably just going to get shot now, aren't I? Like,
but then when you respawn, is it the same sort? Do you respawn in the same place every time?
I don't think, because people can remember past lives that aren't, similar at all. So
no.
See, I don't think I've got a past life because I can't remember anything. There's nothing there.
I mean, can you choose, I wonder, to retain some memory?
You must be able to remember something. Even like hypnosis regression. There must be some way. I've not. I've been hypnotized, but it wasn't to find out what was gone in past life. It was more to mess about in this life. He's in a pub in Cyprus, but anyway.
There's a really interesting guy who was at, oh gosh, what's his name? He was at Parameet last year when he did past life regression. Oh, I've got him on my Paul Goddard. Paul Goddard, is it him? I think it's Paul Goddard. I'm not sure. He did past life regression, and he was telling us to imagine like walking through a long corridor and a door, however you picture it. I could not physically, in my mind, I could not get through that door. I don't know why, but I feel I physically couldn't put my mental, physical self could not go through that door. I couldn't get through it to imagine this past life, which is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. That's what we need to do on a show, is have somebody do like a guided meditation or something. Like a short one.
I think it's called.
We did.
Brilliant.
Preston Dennett did one a while ago back, where he told people how to meditate. And people ask, "Are you going to do it?" It's like, I could, but I won't be here when you've all come back. This will just go on forever because we passed out on the floor.
Yeah, no, I think that would be really interesting to do like a short one, like a 15-minute one live, and have everybody in the chat do it too, and then discuss what people experienced after.
I could get hold of several people that would probably be more than willing to do it on air, but I would have to be not focused into it.
Yeah.
So I'd miss out again.
No. See, one thing that I noticed about the group past life regression session is a lot of people in that room had the same shared memory. They all saw like lavender fields. So you have to imagine being in a field first and like your kind of happy place, or a peaceful place. A lot of people imagined lavender fields, and that was quite a common theme. So that'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Why? But lavender played a huge part. But then I also think like the sort of psychological side of me is thinking, we're all in the same building, we're all with the same.
Yeah. Is he putting that part in your head?
Like, have we all walked past something and it's not lavender? Or was there some pictures of lavender on the wall? Bit Darren Brown.
Yeah, but the thing is that they drop words in and you don't even realise that they're dropping words in between, because he said that's what Darren Brown does.
Yeah, it's very clever. Very, very clever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It like mind manipulation and all that. I love it. I love like psychology and sociology. It fascinates me how
how much you can manipulate the human mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to, which I find crazy, like, how can we're so easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Well, have you
It's
guys
mine that- Sorry, go on.
Have you guys ever done that experiment where you tried to like manifest a spirit on an investigation?
Yes.
You know, put it out there like, oh, this place is haunted by a boy named John. He is 10 years old. He's wearing this, and then get the responses on the equipment that match.
Oh, no, not done that.
No, but then you'll think about pareidolia as well, don't you? Like, if you know there's a guy there called Charles, or meant to be, like everything you hear.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it when you ask for names, because you're going to be listening for your names. When we say like, oh, tell us the name of someone in this room, and immediately I'm like, why have you planted that seed? Because now we're all going to be thinking about our name or someone else's name, and then we hear what we think. Like, do you know what I mean? Where you can make it into, I don't know. I like to go in blind, but I have.
I do. Best way.
Yeah,
No
definitely.
preconceptions, nothing, and then you get some. It's a bonus.
Yeah.
It is, and then look at it later.
Mm-hmm. When we sometimes when we do our private investigations on a case, I won't know anything ahead of time, and then we'll go in, and then I'll sit there like half the night, like Googling things, trying to see if anything that we're getting is actually
to do
because
with
I
that.
know we're not going back. If we were going back, I would look it up after.
Yeah.
But if we're not, I'm trying to find it while we're there to get some kind of confirmation.
Yeah.
It's like me and Simon's going to try and manifest something at the hotel, but we just was too tired. It was stupid o'clock in the morning.
Hey, you manifested that bed put together because we're talking about your romance.
Oh yeah, and it was 2 single beds. It wasn't even like a double. Don't know what I did. Don't know if it was a double. Simon, don't answer that.
Did you push them apart?
Push them apart, yeah.
I was just gonna say, did one of you
a good big enough gap so if either of us rolled over, you'd fall and hit the floor.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Nice thing about an all-female investigation group is that we can share beds and it's not weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There were 4 of us in the bed. Once.
The thing is, if I had to sleep in a bed with him, I'd just leave all my clothes on and just pass out. I'm going to stop there because that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
We had Teletubby onesies on at our last investigation.
Yeah.
We all had Teletubby onesies on and we all spooned.
Oh, that's
Don't
fun.
be giving him ideas. He'll want to go back somewhere and
put a Teletubby.
He'll be on Amazon now buying us some.
Oh, Tinky Winky and Dipsy. That's cute.
Simon said there was a double shower too.
Definitely not
if
a double
anybody needs...
It weren't a double shower, but it was a big shower.
It's all right. What is it with investigations and things like that? We always cross boundaries and lines and come out changed.
Because I think like you're spending this many hours together in like a dark space. You're not getting a lot of stuff, so you're just kind of like hanging out for hours.
Yeah, you
know
are.
you're doing very well.
You're not just starting people we go on investigations with.
Oh, I've completely lost what I was going to be talking about.
I don't know, but Simon has a Peppa Pig costume.
Peppa Pig and Chase costume. I don't know what Chase is.
From Paw Patrol.
Oh, Paw Patrol.
Oh, okay. I know of Paw Patrol. That's it. Right, Simon, shut up now, please. I'll have to bang you. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, Friday. So, at the beginning of the show, the 3 of us are gonna pick an object in our mind, and we're going to try and project it to everyone in the chat. And as we come after the break, we do the beginning of the second part. We'll see what everyone's got, get them to put it in the chat, and then one of us can hold up whatever it is that we've got between us. See if it works.
Sounds like a plan.
Try it between us three.
Mm-hmm.
See if we come up with privately. See if we come up with the same object first.
Yeah. So what we'll do, if you've got a couple of minutes when we end tonight, we'll think of something. So I'll write it down, and then we've got it there ready for Friday. And then between us, see if, as we're doing the show, just concentrate and project and see if we can do telekinesis.
You know what else was a cool experiment that I saw someone do once? They put like a picture, either a word or they drew a picture, and they hung it up in their house, and they were seeing if someone could remote view it. But I don't know if I want people to remote view my house.
No, I don't.
But that was a cool idea because they like hung it on their fridge for like a week, and then see if anybody could guess it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That's a good idea. No, not 3 different ones. So it's just going to be one. Just one.
11.
Just one. Yeah. So between the 3 of us, we're going to think of one thing. Yeah. And then we'll project it on Friday at the beginning, and as we go into after the break, see if anyone's got it, because you never know.
We have a cool topic for Friday, so I'm excited for that discussion.
Oh, right! I've got a bit of bad news.
What?
Well, it's bad news for me, or might be you guys-ish, kind of. So I'm not going to get much research done, because my plan was to do it tomorrow after work, but I'm actually going out now, and so I can't do it. I'm going to a comedy gig, and I'm going early-ish. I'm not going to be back till late. So I'm going to do as much as I can on the drive down there, because my mate's driving, so he's going to drive there and back. So I'm going to get as much as I can while I can, but I think the majority of it is just going to be opening stuff on Google and reading it off screen. But I do apologise. He messaged me yesterday saying that he's got a spare ticket, and do what I go. I'm like, yes, of course I do.
Nice. And then you're going to get there, and plot twist, it's going to be Freddie Valentine.
Oh, no, this is the best bit. So he tells me this afterwards. Oh, by the way, we sat in the front row. I'm
They're
like,
going to pick on you.
Front row. Comedian.
4-letter word in capitals. So, yeah, but it should be good.
You are going to get heckled.
Right at the front. I'm just going to sit there, pretend to be dead.
I don't think I could take that, you know. I wouldn't. I'd get so self-conscious.
What, being sat at the front?
Yeah, I would. I'd hate it. I think
whenever we go to anything like that, I sit fourth row or back. Don't sit in the first 3 rows.
No.
Yeah. The closer
Never.
you are, the more likely it is that they're going to pick on you and make you the butt of a joke. Which is fun.
Yeah. Can't wait.
To an extent.
A1 and A2 are the seats.
Nice.
Oh.
3 at the front.
Good luck.
Yeah. And the comedian is quite well known in the UK. I can tell you it is if you want.
Yeah. Why not?
Go on.
I won't know who it is.
Tom Allen?
No.
I know Tim Allen.
No, I wish it was. It'd be funnier.
Wait, let me see.
I'll get a picture of him for those that don't know.
Oh no, I do. I do. I
Just
know
let me.
Simon said, "What venue?"
What?
We all turn up in mass.
Venue.
I'm not telling you where. Sorry, one sec. I'm just going to get the
Dave
picture now.
Allen's son.
You've given us enough information to work it out, though.
Right.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. So I'm not far from London, so. But it's,
Except for, let's see, Tom Allen Show 2022. 22.
Oh yeah, there is that.
23rd of Feb, Tom Allen. Oh yeah.
It could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere, except for it's not.
It's not. It's clearly Milton Keynes.
No, don't know what you're talking about. An idiot. I've downloaded a picture, now I can't find it.
I'll see you there then, yeah?
No.
Oh, we're all gonna go.
Answer
I'm
is
gonna
no.
hop on a plane. We're gonna watch Andy get heckled from the front row. Did you find it?
I've got the picture, but it won't save it. Right.
Why is this got a bit of...
So when I go into downloads, there's nothing there. Nothing. Yeah, just Google Tom Allen.
He does a podcast too.
Does it? Oh yeah.
How much are tickets? Asking for a friend.
Right. Save image. Oh, it's putting it in the wrong folder, that's why. Don't even know why it's put it in there. So it's this guy.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. But no, it's not tomorrow, it's Saturday.
I think he's gigging at the same venue all week.
He probably is.
No, only tomorrow and Friday.
Oh, is
it? Then he moves to Ipswich.
Didn't think that one through, did I? Oh.
No, you didn't. It's all right.
Yeah, well. Anyway, yeah. So, yes, I'm going to Milton Keynes Theatre tomorrow to watch Tom Allen and get absolutely ripped to pieces by the sounds of it, because unless I just sit there not moving and with like the seats that we've got, it's just not going to happen, is it?
No, even if you sit there not moving, it'll be like, look at this guy sitting over here not moving. They'll find a way.
I know.
No, I hated it. I got up once halfway through a panto to Nick to the Loo, and they made a deal of it. Would never want to sit in the front row of comedian.
Nope.
Now, when I've been to him before, I always sit 3-4 rows back. It's never the first 3 rows. Close enough so you can see them, but not too close that they can see you.
The other half of To Investigate.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just come to find a baby's blanket and a dodo to go and settle some kids.
Okay.
I found them. Thought I'd say hi.
See you later.
I like how she's like blending into your background, so it's just like a disembodied hand.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, right. So have you guys got anything you want to add?
No.
Not really. Lots to talk about next week because we're doing that investigation with Ron and Lourdes on Saturday.
Yeah. Yes.
And that'll be fun.
Yeah, because we want to try and sort that. So if you could do it live, but
Mhm.
I'm on an investigation Saturday night. Going to an abandoned place.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can you give a location?
I'm not you.
Don't you remember?
I didn't even. The thing is, it wasn't me that gave it away.
Well, you only gave a couple of bits of information. It's like, oh, you have to say Tom Allen, and you could have easily found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
But no, I daren't say where it is because it's a big place and it'll just be us.
Can you give like the town or?
Yes. Yeah. Let me find it.
Okay. Oh, right. So while she finds that, the two things that we're going to be talking about on Friday is not Tom Allen.
We will
Hollow
talk
Earth.
about Tom Allen.
Yeah, Hollow Earth and Dryads. Now it's quite funny because I thought Joe had written Triads wrong, and Simon thought she'd wrote Druid wrong, and it was neither. So Dryads are tree people, apparently. I'd never heard of that name before, but that's
I'm
what we're
thinking
in.
like Game of Thrones. Those
Got
the
you.
trees.
So it's more like tree spirits, I think.
Mm. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is in. It might give it away. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there. Cheadle.
Is it the hospital?
You're doing a Tom Allen on me now.
It's the old hospital, isn't it? The clock tower.
Maybe.
Sorry. You know, I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, so nobody turn up.
No, it's quite hard to get to, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult. Not impossible though.
No, because it's
But
like
close to
right
it,
on
so
the
we'll try.
it's right on the motorway, and the police used to do a lot of training there with the dogs and that.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I drove past, it's like I need to go in that building.
It's great, doesn't it?
So
Yeah,
is
it's
it
just-
abandoned? Like
Go
you
on.
can go, or is it like?
Yeah, it's abandoned. It's accessible.
But
as
not
long as you
advisable.
don't break anything, you won't get arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're taking a football team of bodyguards and big, strong men.
Yeah.
So, to everybody out there who thinks they're going to come and, follow us to Cheadle.
Mm-hmm.
Now that'd be good, isn't that?
No, it will be good.
How can you guys get arrested for everything, but I go to an abandoned building and I'd get arrested?
Well, I don't know. There's still time to get arrested.
That's true. But like
They'll be there waiting for him.
seriously, like the trespassing and like arresting people who are trying to go investigate or explore abandoned psych centers and things here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit more lenient.
Hope's car.
Hope's car.
Well, yeah. As long as I've never heard of that. I mean,
No.
to be fair, as long as it's accessible, you're not breaking and entering. You're not.
Yeah.
And it's like private land, and you're not damaging. It's like It's just like wandering into a park at night.
Yeah, the only thing that they do is say escort you off.
Right.
That'd be probably the worst outcome. But if you break anything in graffiti or
Exactly.
start messing about, then you get done with pretty much everything and never be seen again.
Exactly. I mean, and we're quite good at escaping. So any sign of anyone, they're going to have a torch, aren't they? So we're going to see some lights, and then we're going to be.
Oh yeah,
gone.
yeah, gone. Like
Our
that.
torches will be off, and we'll be probably down a ditch.
Yeah, well, at least he won't find you.
Yeah, so if I'm not on, if I'm not online on Sunday, then I'll probably be stuck in a ditch.
That'll be why. Yeah.
That'll be why. Yeah, exactly.
But at least now everybody
Cool.
has your location, so.
Yeah, I know exactly. Exactly. Now everyone
Right.
knows.
Oh, so quickly before we go, who's researching what?
I want to research sky ice.
Okay.
Yeah, go on out to the other then.
So I'm going to be doing tree people.
Okay, so what am I going to do then?
Hollow Earth.
Yeah, I can fall into that rabbit hole easily.
That's a good
Excellent.
And we've already talked about Hollow Earth a bunch of times, so.
Yeah, so your
perspective on
intake output might be different to what we've already said. So
Yeah.
it'll give it another flip to that.
I can do that.
Excellent. Right. Well, that's it. We're at the end.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, while we,
Yes.
Yeah.
whatever Wednesday.
Yes. And no one turn up tomorrow or Saturday. So be nice to us all, I think.
Well, I'll see you
Yeah.
in Milton Keynes then.
Yes. You won't, because I'm going to be laying a ditch with my torch off.
I'll heckle
Yeah.
you.
And you know what I'm going to do? Find the trap door and just roll over it and drop down and just stay there till it's over.
Everybody, make sure you get your Tom Allen tickets.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you are
So
there,
glad we shared that.
not in Cheadle.
No.
Yep.
Right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys, for coming on and not vanishing yet. So, oh, yeah. So Tommy should be back in the next, I think, 3-4 weeks at the most. And that's why I'm leaving it empty with the guests so that we can do the 4 and just, yeah. That's it. So, right, we're going to go. After this, we'll think of an object or whatever. We'll get that wrote down and we'll get that ready for Friday. So, have a wonderful Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and see you Friday afternoon, evening, depending where you are. Anything before we do the outro? Sarah?
Nope, none here.
Oh, good. Right. On that note, then, we'll see you on Friday. And goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.